It's your brother Dawad coming at you with another lesson. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakadas. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Much respect to the brothers out there laboring in this truth to wake up the lost tribes of the children of Israel, the elect of the children of Israel. Now, this lesson is going to be inspired by, I was out at camp yesterday, and when I closed down camp, I had 3 ladies come up and say, yeah, you a Hebrew Israelite. Yeah, I was like, you a Hebrew Israelite too? She's like, yeah, we know. Now, these ladies, fairly aged ladies, they know that they're Hebrew Israelites, but they're not doing anything that's required of them. You know, once you come into the knowledge, just knowing is only half the battle, right? So I asked the ladies, like, do you know what's required of you? And none of them could give me an answer of what's required of them now that they know they're Hebrew Israelites, you know? Now that they know their culture, now that they know they're not African American or black anymore, right? So this lesson is inspired by that conversation I had with those ladies. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12. And now Israel, what do of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai require of thee, but to fear Yahweh thy power, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Most High thy power with all thy heart and with all thy soul, right? So first and foremost, you got to fear the Most High God. These are things that's required of you. So you have to fear him, and then you have to love him, right? So let's get what love is right quick. How do you love the Most High God, right? There's a lot of people, you know, don't understand really how to love him or how to fear him. You know, you fear him by doing what he say, right? But this is love. This is 1 John 5 and 3. For this is the love of Yahweh, that we keep his commandments. And his commandments are not grievous. So his commandments are not grievous. It's not hard to do. You need to understand that. You have to first be of the elect, and then have that humble, contrite spirit to do what your Heavenly Father asks you to do, right? So once you learn a law, you know, you need to make haste and do a law. So I told the ladies to read Deuteronomy 22 and 5. I told them to read 1 Timothy 2. You know, the aged woman. What's the aged woman supposed to do according to this truth? And I told them that they need to be dressed in modest apparel, because even though they were covered up, they still had on leggings with a low cut shirt. You know, so that's not modest apparel. So once you understand what's required of you as far as doing these commandments, what do you need to do, right? It's the book of Psalms, or Psalm chapter 119 and verse 59. I thought on my ways and turned my feet to thy testimonies. I made haste and delayed not to keep thy commandments, right? So we don't supposed to make haste to try and keep these commandments. These are things that's required of you to be an Israelite man, woman, and child, okay? Now, this is the book of Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus, chapter 5 and verse 7. And it reads, make no tarrying to turn to Yahweh, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of Yahweh come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed, and perish in the day of vengeance. So you knowing you are Israelites and you're not putting in the things that you're supposed to display that faith, then guess what? In the day of your security, in the day that you think that you got more time, you're going to be destroyed. Because why? Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, say he's going to come as a thief in the night, right? This is the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 3 and verse 36. And thou shalt find that Israel by name have kept thy precepts, but not the heathen. So that's another thing required of you as an Israelite. You have to keep these precepts. You gotta understand the not even the breakdown, because it's not breakdown, it's just how the Most High have it set up. So you gotta understand these and keep these precepts, man. These are things that's required of you. And once again, thou shalt find that Israel by name have kept thy precepts, but not the heathen. Okay? So we know that we are not justified. Well, hold up, let me get one more precept, because this is the time to seek the Most High. And if you're not seeking him while he can be found, guess what? In the day of your security, you're going to be destroyed and put away, right? This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 55 and verse 6. Seek ye the Most High while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. So you knowing you're an Israelite and you're not seeking him while he can be found, guess what, man? In the day of his visitation, he's going to destroy you because you knew and you did not do what was required of you, okay? Now, it's going back. We're supposed to rehearse these righteous acts, but we know that we are not justified by the law. But we still supposed to show the Most High that we're trying to do what he say, right? Yahweh said, I have not come to destroy the law, but to fulfill. He fulfilled those things that were prophesied of him in the Old Testament, or so-called Old Testament, right? This is the book of Judges, chapter 5 and verse 11. They that are delivered from the noise of the archers in the place of drawing water, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Most High, even the righteous acts toward the inhabitants of his villages in Israel. Then shall the people of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua go down to the gates, right? So you're supposed to rehearse these righteous acts, man. These are something that required of you. Now, once again, I made the statement that I know we're not justified by the law. And we're not, man. Because no man was able to keep that law perfectly except for Yahweh. But we still have to show faith toward the Most High that we're going to try and do what he say do to the best of our ability, right? This is the book of Galatians, chapter 3 and verse 11. But that no man is justified by the law in the sight of Yahweh, for it is evident that the just shall live by faith. Well, how do you show your faith? You show your faith by your works, man. These things go hand in hand. In fact, let me get that. These things go hand in hand. You can't just say, I believe, and you don't show anything regarding that, right? This is the book of James, chapter 1 and verse 22. But be ye doers of the word, and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves, okay? You can't be just hearing the word and not being a doer of it, right? This is the book of James, chapter 2 and verse 14. What doeth it profit, my brethren, though a man say he have faith and have not works? Can faith save him? That's a question that James, the brother of Yahweh, was asking, right? Can faith save him? It says, if a brother or sister be naked and destitute of daily food, you know what I'm saying? You see your brother out there and you know that they don't know they're Israel, and you out there teaching, you're required to tell them who they are because they're naked. They have this covering that they're trying to cover themselves with Christianity or Islam or any of these bugged out doctrine. So you have to give them what? You have to give them the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding so they can be covered, right? It says, and destitute of daily food. You know what I'm saying? Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceed out of the mouth of the Most High, right? It says, and one of you say unto them, depart in peace, Be ye warmed and filled, notwithstanding ye give them not those things that are needful to the body, what doeth it profit, right? If you're not giving them what's needful to the body, what does it profit? And that's the spiritual body, right? It says, even so, faith, if it have not works, is dead, being alone, okay? It says, yea, a man may say, thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works, okay? So you got to rehearse these righteous acts, you know what I'm saying, and have the faith. That's the only way you're going to be saved, man. You got to do these. You got to do both, man. These are things that's required of you as an Israelite man, woman, and child, okay? And I'm going to end it with this. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 22 and verse 14. Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life and may enter in through the gates into the city, right? He said that if you don't even try and do these commandments, you don't even have a right to even try and enter into the kingdom of heaven, right? Matter of fact, let me get one more. I'm going to close it out with this. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 14 and verse 12. It says, here is the patience of the saints. Who are the saints? The saints are the Israelites pursuant to Psalms 50 and 5, Psalms 148 and 14. It says, here are the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of Yahweh and the faith of Yahweh, right? So you got to have both, man. You got to have your works, build up your faith, and you got to have the faith that Yahweh is going to come save you, man, because he's seeing that you trying, right? You got to have faith that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is going to save you because he see that you trying. Lord willing, it's been edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, B'Shem Rakakadas. Till the next time I say shalom.